I want to share something that has completely transformed my life as an entrepreneur. You see, I used to be that person who wore busyness like a badge of honor. I was constantly hustling, juggling meetings, deadlines, and a never-ending to-do list. The idea of slowing down seemed ludicrous. I thought that if I wasn't working, I was falling behind. But then I stumbled upon meditation, and it changed everything. At first, I was skeptical. Meditation? Really? I pictured sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop, chanting mantras while the world whipped by at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That wasn't me. I was a go-getter, a mover and a shaker. But honestly, I was also exhausted. I was running on caffeine and sheer willpower, and it was taking a toll on my health, my relationships, and my creativity. I was on the brink of burnout, and I didn't even realize it. One day, after yet another sleepless night filled with anxiety about my business, I decided to give meditation a shot. I started small, just 5 minutes a day. I found a quiet corner in my office, closed my eyes, and focused on my breath. At first, it felt awkward. My mind raced with thoughts of what I needed to do next, the emails I hadn't answered, the projects that were piling up. But I persisted. I kept showing up, day after day, even when it felt pointless. Then something remarkable happened. Gradually, I learned to observe my thoughts instead of getting swept away by them. I realized that my mind was like a crowded subway train, and I didn't need to get on every single car. I could just watch them pass by. This was revolutionary for me. I started to understand that my thoughts didn't define me. They were just passing clouds in the vast sky of my mind. With time, I extended my practice to 10 minutes, then 15. I discovered guided meditations and mindfulness exercises that resonated with me. I learned about being present, about savoring each moment, and about gratitude. It was like I had discovered a secret weapon. I became more focused, more creative, and surprisingly more productive. It was as if meditation had cleared the fog that had clouded my mind for so long. One of the biggest changes I noticed was how I approached challenges. Before meditation, I would react impulsively, stressed, anxious, and often overwhelmed. But after incorporating this practice into my daily routine, I found myself pausing. I began to take a breath, assess the situation, and respond with clarity instead of chaos. This shift didn't just help me personally, it transformed my business. I became a better leader, more empathetic and understanding. I listened more, and I was able to make decisions that were not just reactive, but strategic. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were days when I struggled to sit still. My mind would rebel, and I'd feel guilty for taking time away from work. I had to remind myself that this time was not wasted. It was an investment in my well-being and my business. I had to learn to be patient with myself, to accept that meditation is not about perfection, but about progress. As I continued my journey, I started to notice the ripple effects beyond my work. I became more present with my family and friends. I found joy in small moments that I had previously overlooked, the sound of laughter, the taste of a good meal, the warmth of the sun on my skin. I was no longer just rushing through life, I was living it. Another surprising benefit was the way my creativity flourished. As an entrepreneur, creativity is crucial. It fuels innovation and problem solving. But when I was in that constant state of busyness, my creativity felt stifled. Now, after meditating, I found that my mind was clearer and ideas flowed more freely. I began to approach projects with a fresh perspective, and brainstorming sessions became exciting rather than daunting. I also started to prioritize self-care. I realized that taking time for myself wasn't selfish, it was necessary. I incorporated more physical activity into my routine, started eating healthier, and made sure to carve out time for hobbies that brought me joy. I was learning that a well-rounded life made me a more effective entrepreneur. And let me tell you, the benefits of meditation didn't just stop at my personal life or my creativity. They extended into my business relationships. I became more attuned to my team's needs. I could sense when someone was overwhelmed or needed support. I became a better collaborator, fostering an environment of trust and openness. The culture within my company shifted, and we became more cohesive. We celebrated wins together and supported each other through challenges. I often hear people say that they don't have time to meditate, that they're too busy. But here's the thing, meditation doesn't require hours of your day. It's about the quality of the minutes you invest in yourself. Even if you start with just a few minutes each morning, you'll be surprised at how it can transform your mindset and your life. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're caught in the whirlwind of entrepreneurship, I encourage you to give meditation a try. It's not a magic bullet, but it's a powerful tool that can help you navigate the chaos with grace. It's about finding a moment of stillness in a world that constantly demands your attention. It's about reconnecting with yourself and rediscovering what truly matters. In the end, meditation taught me that while the hustle is important, so is the pause. It's in those quiet moments that we find clarity, creativity, and the courage to pursue our passions with renewed energy. So, take a breath, find your center, and let the transformation begin. You might just discover a version of yourself